Hello, I'm so glad you're here. Whether you're a returning viewer or just discovering this channel for the very first time, welcome. If this is your first video, you've just taken a powerful step toward embracing the resolute life. A life guided by different values and principles. A life defined by deep fulfillment, meaningful achievement, true connection, and unshakable resilience. If you've joined us before, perhaps through previous videos, podcast episodes on, or blog articles, thank you for walking this journey with us. We hope the content has sparked new insights and offered the strength and clarity you need to keep living with intention. Should the message in this video resonates with you, or if any of our other content has made a difference in your life, please consider sharing it. Transformation is not a solitary act. Invite someone you care about to walk this path with you. Let's build a community of those who choose to be resolute. This video series draws from the core principles found in the daily life of resolute beings live with intent. A book that has inspired many to live more deliberately. It's available in major online bookstores such as Amazon and Barnes & Noble, or directly from our website. Make sure to grab your copy and take the next step in your journey. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're the first to know when new content is released. Let's begin. Today we are going to talk about your meaning in life, and how this is connected to the meaning of life. There is arguably no more a profound human experience than when your existence aligns with your purpose. Some might call it finding your God-given calling. Others might refer to it as finding your fate or discovering your destiny. Still others call it the moment you become one with the universe, while some call it being in the zone. Whatever definitions you use to define this supernatural occurrence, it is a universal experience that almost every human encounter at least once in their lifetime. The first principle guiding the daily life of resolute beings directly deal with this: aligning your existence with your purpose. This first principle teaches us to let go of our need to understand and control everything by embracing the inexplicable. Its premise is that only by unconditionally adopting the mystical can one discover something so immensely important that all else become insignificant in comparison. The journey from a mediocre life towards an extraordinary life requires you to uncover that something extraordinary. When you discover your why, every action you make is intentional. When you find your meaning in life, your activities gain power and precision through intentional focus on specified goals. When your thoughts and feelings habitually guide you on a purposeful path, there is an intentional movement towards your destiny. When you live with intent, your existence radiates an energy that realizes fulfillment, achievement, connected and resilience, and all the other fruits of a resolute life. The famous anthropologist Carlos Castaneda said, "Intent is not a thought or an object or a wish. Intent is what can make a man succeed when his thoughts tell him he is defeated. Intent is what makes him invulnerable. But how do we achieve this? How do we find our meaning in life?" The very first and most important step is to realize that your destiny cannot be chosen. It must be discovered. Discovering your personal purpose is a consequence of holistic awareness. Awareness of life around you and how you fit into the awe-inspiring tapestry of life. You can only find your true calling when you first surrender it to the universal. To link your existence with your unique purpose, you first need to discover the purpose of all existence. In a couple of our podcasts, we unpacked the concepts of universal truth and universal meaning. They are definitely worth a listen, so please find these podcasts on Spotify or Apple. The truth is that our purpose is inseparably woven into the fabric of the universal purpose, and finding your purpose depends on first understanding this universal purpose, the shared intent of everything. Finding your purpose requires a series of epiphanies throughout your life, moments when you touch the untouchable, and begin to understand that your destiny is tied to everyone else's. The shared meaning of life is the true intent behind everything, and your individual role within it is your personal intent. We define both concepts in detail throughout our various content, but for now it's important to understand that finding your why, your personal intent, involves discovering its connection with our shared universal intent, and realizing that your life's purpose is intricately intertwined with the purpose of life. The energy within and around everything us provides intent to everything. Absolutely everything that exists in the entire cosmos is attached to intent by connecting links. Therefore, the origins of the first principle, live with intent, lies in the personal discovery of intent, through discussing, understanding, and employing the connecting links between your individual purpose and the universal purpose of life, between your personal intent and the universal intent. Yes, this statement sounds mystical, perhaps even detached from the are serious wars around us. We seem to be moving further apart politically. We seem to lack social cohesion. The world seems to lack independence, and things seem random and without happening. But if we choose to live in the world with awareness, we will learn that there is a hidden force that is pulling us closer together. Despite the wars, there are millions who fight for justice and stand up against tyranny. Despite the political fragmentation, there are people to support, serve, help others regardless of their race, gender, sexuality, or political affiliation. The energy behind these acts of unification is the same energy that drags everyone towards a shared destiny. Over time, and I'm talking about time in its broadest sense covering billions of years, over time life is moving in the same direction. We cannot deny that our purpose is inseparably weaved together with the purpose of all else. This brings us to our obsession with self-determination, free will, and freedom. Humans instinctively reject any concept that involves some sort of predetermined purpose. We vehemently kick against ideas like an unalterable fate, inevitable conclusion, and intentional future. We prefer to think that we are in total control of our destiny, totally immune to the effects of life around us. We desperately cling to the illusion that we are all-powerful, that we can perfectly control everything around us, perfectly determine our own destiny. Yet, inside all of us there is a feeling that tells us that fate and purpose plays a fundamental role in everything. For centuries, mankind has been fond of stories, plays, and movies about lovers that defy the odds to be together, believing that they were meant to be together. We unashamedly follow leaders that give us an inspirational vision for the future, a shared purpose to strive for. Since the dawn of mankind, we pray to gods, asking them to show us the way, pleading them to show us our purpose on earth. Whenever tragedy strikes, our souls find solace in the knowledge that there is some purpose behind our pain, that one day we will understand the why behind everything. This invisible energy that we all feel deep within us has been called many things by various cultures, religions, spiritual traditions, and mythologies. We call it intent. Whatever we attribute this power to, our history has shown us that intent is not found in an isolated individualistic pursuits of meaning, but by plugging into the one all-encompassing intention of existence. This intention of existence is a collective purpose that transcends individual meaning, yet somehow it also incorporates all individual meanings. It is a mystic momentum that drives and binds all meanings into one intent, providing direction for everything. But it is somehow also influenced by everything. It is a force that is dragging us to one common purpose. But it is also influenced by everyone. Like a self-learning algorithm, it guides all decision-making but also evolves with every decision made. Therefore, we are both influenced by intent, and have the power to influence intent. Intent is not a lifeless, static blob of raw power, mindlessly sliding forwards and dragging everything along with it. It is a dynamic, surprisingly dexterous living entity, purposefully moving towards a shared destiny. But it is a destiny that has been jointly created by the collective energies of the past, and a destiny that can be influenced by current and future collective energies. This diagram aims to illustrate the flow if intent. Intent is the sum of all connections that has ever existed, past, present, and future, flowing towards a still unknown destiny, represented by the big yellow path. It started at the beginning of time as a small power but has grown into the omnipotent, omnipresent force we know today. The reciprocal relationship between intent and its connections ensure that our final shared destiny is both certain and uncertain at the same time. Almost like observations made in quantum physics, intent can be both certain and uncertain, depending on how you are observing it. When observing any specific individual moment in time, the destiny of intent is fixed, and with it every single personal intent. When observed over the cosmic progression of time, the destiny of time is still uncertain, and every single personal intent has the power to alter it. When we are guided by our distorted perception, living a mediocre life, we have no awareness of intent and helplessly fight against its waves, wasting our energy and end up being swept away by its current. The small, thinner black arrows represent people that have drowned or are drowning in the flow of intent. They float around aimlessly, never realizing their personal destiny, never reaching their purpose. Through living the daily life of resolute beings, your personal intent will always correspond with the flow of intent. Your awareness will guide you to see in which direction destiny is leading you. You radiate the energy flowing from intent, discover and express your personal intent, and live a fulfilled, impactful life. The thicker blue arrows represent people that found their personal intent, people that have lived or are living a resolute life. The thick red lines represent those individuals that have become aware of the flow of intent so clearly that they could influence it and in so doing influence the destiny of us all. This is called resolute leadership. As we come to the end of this video, I want to challenge you. In the coming week, don't just rely on your perception, what you can see, hear, and touch, to make sense of the world. Also, start using your intuition, your emotions, your spirit to become aware of the energy around you. Use your growing awareness to learn about the connections between all living things and the purpose of life itself. And while discovering the meaning of life, you will also discover your personal purpose. Thank you so much for joining us today. Remember to subscribe and to share this video with others. Check out other content on our website, socials like LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, podcasts on Spotify and Apple. Also, join our WhatsApp channel for daily inspirational messages. And if you have not done so yet, get your copy of The Daily Life of Resolute Beings Live with Intent today. Next week, we will provide more practical advice on how to discover your personal purpose through living with intent. Until next week, live resolutely.